Okay, so today we are going to make lasagna. I make it with ground turkey because I'm not supposed to have red meat. So I'm browning up a pound of ground turkey, 93% lean, that I got at King Soopers. So defrosted that. Oh, before I get started, the first thing you should do before you do any kind of cooking at all, in order to prepare yourself and prepare your kitchen, is make a cocktail. Mine happens to be a rum and coke with fresh lime. Okay, so we're gonna brown up the turkey. We're gonna add a little bit of onion powder to it. Okay, a lot of onion powder. We're gonna add some salt. We're gonna add some pepper. And then we're gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire. The reason I use Worcestershire is because I like the flavor, and it turns the meat brown so you don't know it's turkey. It works, trust me. And get that nice and brown. There. All right. Stir that in good. I'm doing this over medium heat. However you brown is however you brown. I don't measure, sorry, so if that's important to you, you may have trouble with this. I'm gonna add a little bit of red wine, and we're gonna let that brown. So just let it brown up. Nice. This is nice and brown, I think. It doesn't have to be totally done because we're gonna cook it some more. So I am going to remove this, put it in another container. Before I do that, I'm going to have another taste of my cocktail, which is a rum and coke with fresh lime. Very important. So this is brown. I'm going to take this and put it in a separate container. You want to make sure when you drain that, when you put the hamburger in a separate container, that you don't drain it. So I'm going to add some butter in here, about a quarter stick, I guess. And I'm going to add some olive oil, a little bit of that. Let that melt a little bit. Again, this is over medium heat. And before I forget, okay, so I'm going to take some coarsely chopped onions. Put that in there. I'm going to take some freshly chopped mushrooms. These are just button mushrooms. You can use cremini mushrooms, portobello, anything you want. I'll let that saute up with the butter and the olive oil. May add a little pepper. Salt. Oh, and I happen to have some garlic cloves that my friend Juliana left here when she was making something to take to a party. So I minced up a garlic clove. I do not have a garlic press, but I just mash it up with a knife and get that in there. So we're going to let that saute over medium heat and probably add a little wine to that as well. Not much. Go. And we're going to let that saute for about 15 to 20 minutes, but before I forget, okay, so this is sauteed down pretty well. I've sauteed it for about 15 minutes. I like to let it saute down a little bit because it seems to blend into the sauce a little bit better. So I'm going to take this, oh, before I forget, second cocktail, very important. I'm going to take the ground beef that we drained earlier, or that we put in the container earlier, and we're going to stir that back in. gonna let that mix up. Did I say ground beef? If I did, I meant turkey. I don't remember what I said because okay. So now that we've got the turkey, mushrooms, onions, and I'm gonna mention the recipe at the end, so don't worry about missing any details. Okay, I've taken a can of cream of mushroom soup with about 2 cups or so of broth. I like to microwave it ahead of time because it seems to blend a little bit better. So we're gonna pour that in. Get it all. Okay. And we're gonna stir that. And at this point, okay, we're gonna let that simmer. I'm actually gonna turn the heat up a little bit, just for a few minutes, and kind of let that get nice and warm. Make sure the turkey is completely cooked. And we're gonna let that come to a quick boil, and then we're gonna turn it down. Okay, so we've let that simmer for about 20 minutes on low heat because I turn up the heat and let it get to a boil, and then I turn it down right away. So, and I made another cocktail, very important. And we've let that simmer. It smells amazing. So at this point, you would normally add sour cream. I don't have a lot. I actually just have a little bit left over. But I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Stir that in. So we're gonna stir that up, and then we're gonna let it simmer over very low heat for another maybe 10 minutes while we're having a cocktail. Then I serve this over egg noodles, just boiled egg noodles. I'm not gonna show you how to boil egg noodles because I assume that you know how, but I'm actually not doing that tonight because I'm gonna freeze this. So I put it in individual containers and put it in the freezer to freeze it, and then I pull it out during the week when I'm needing something to eat, and I boil fresh noodles every time. So enjoy it, enjoy your stroganoff, and we'll see you next time.